Oh.
And Black Phone, which is supposed to be just super.
Who's in
Ethan Hawke. He's killing kids and he locks them in a basement and he's creepy, but there's a disconnected phone down there, a black phone that starts ringing, and other victims are calling this kid. Like dead kids are calling him.
There we go, guys.
Oh my gosh.
You hear the Sawmill whistle. MGM music playing. That means it is time for the Hometown Movie Guys. That's right, it is Friday. Yay, yay, yay. I tell you what, Friday and some great, oh, turn this down, the stream going on my phone. That's right, we're also streaming on the KRIM FM Facebook page and YouTube channel. Chris Higgins in the studio with Craig, Andy, and Tina. Hometown Movie Guys. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Vietnam. I've been watching that too.
I just wanted to say good morning to all my constituents in Star Valley.
Hey, Star Valley.
Hey,
Everyone in
Star Valley. Two of us are from Star Valley here.
Two, really?
I'm
Hey,
Star
there you
Valley.
go.
Yeah.
Hey.
He's my,
SB.
he's my overlord.
SB in the
Right.
house.
Yeah.
Star Valley. All right. Well, hey, movie time in the movie theater. We were just talking before the program. The movie theater is rocking and rolling, isn't it, Craig?
Yes, it is.
Yay.
Good movies.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
if
oh, yeah.
you're not at the movie theater, you're missing out because there are some great movies and a new one being released today.
Yes, yeah. New kids one, Lightyear. The kind of an origin story of Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story.
Did you say an orange story?
Origin.
Orange.
No, that's the suit we're gonna wear when we're done with this program.
The orange suit, yeah, lock us up. No, an origin story. Yeah, it's getting really good reviews, I believe.
Yeah.
And
It's another big one from Disney.
yeah,
Disney Pixar.
yeah, it's and I mean Toy Story. Have you met anyone that didn't like Toy Story?
No, there are 4 Toy Story movies, and I think I'm correct in saying that I gave all 4 of them 5 saw blades.
Yeah.
I mean, they are just absolutely superb.
They were.
Pixar, as an organization, has made some absolutely stunning, wonderful movies, including the 4 Toy Story movies.
Yeah.
But also Finding Dory.
Mm-hmm.
Finding Dory is just a wonderful movie. It's just great.
Wow.
And the guy that directed this is his first time directing a movie all by himself. And the only other movie that he had a hand in is he co-directed Finding Dory. The guy is most known for being an animator. So it's kind of a strange transition.
Didn't Pixar do Up?
Yes.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is
Squirrel,
so,
squirrel.
That
Great
has come
movie.
into that's just when people say that, everybody knows what that is.
Yeah.
I love that movie. And he wears the cone of shame.
Yeah, the Kodesh. And
This is one that are given to the theaters. They've done a few here in the last couple of years, and they've all gone to Disney Plus.
No, okay.
They streamed them all, so.
But they gave to the theaters. There we go. Very nice. And you're right, Andy. All the Toy Story movies. Yeah, I speak fluent movie quotes. all the Toy Story movies. You were kind of waiting because sequels or they're like they're not as good, but you were never let down with any of those movies. And one of my favorite characters actually from I think it was the 3rd or the 4th one, but that little Evil Knievel, the French Canadian motorcycle guy.
Oh,
and,
yes.
Oh my gosh, and trying to jump and saying, he can do that. What was his name?
I don't remember.
Oh, I have to look it up, but he was
Yeah.
so funny, and the lines, from the movies, they're great.
Yeah.
Yep,
they really are.
absolutely.
Yeah, so this one.
There's one of the maybe the lesser movies was Monsters Inc. And geez, I just love it. The main character is like a 2-year-old girl, and she's just adorable. But the setup is that in order to power the Nether realms, they have to scare children, and children's fears turned into electricity. So there's this little 2-year-old, and it's nighttime, and out of the closet comes this gigantic 8-foot tall blue Yeti. A big, huge, scary, frightening guy. And the little girl looks up at him with great big old eyeballs and says, "Kitty!" and goes over and gives him a big old hug. And that's Pixar.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is classic Pixar.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was Toy Story 4, and Kaboom. Kaboom character, Kaboom. And,
French-Canadian Daredevil.
Yeah, the French Canadian Daredevil that they kind of copied Evel Knievel and Kaboom, Duke Kaboom, Duke Kaboom, and it was hilarious. So I'd imagine that this Lightyear movie is going to be the same with just great quotes, and kids will love it. And these movies, what I think makes them great is adults are so entertained by them
Absolutely.
as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, the scripts are very clever, and they have jokes that adults really enjoy.
Yeah.
They don't pander down just to talk to kids. They're really, I mean, it's like the movie Up.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that movie probably 8 or 9 times. I love that movie because it's the kids love it. It's got a great message, but it's also very sort of timeless for all generations.
Yeah, and that's how
The Lion King.
Lion King.
Oh yeah.
Toy Story.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, like
And this is a PG rated movie too.
Oh,
so
okay.
if if you're old enough to sit in the theater for an hour and 40 minutes, you're old enough to see what's on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I mean the writing, like you said, Tina, the writing, where like in the original Toy Story, or maybe it was the second one, but with Andy and it's on his foot and he looks at it and it's kind of like, but Andy doesn't want him anymore. He's put on the shelf.
No,
and it's like,
so sad.
and then he gets donated, and that one, I think maybe the second or third one, he's donated. He goes to wherever, and it's like,
Yep.
Well, they put the money into these. These things, they're around $150 million each.
200 for this one.
200 for Lightyear.
Yeah. Yes. And that money is
Heavens.
a lot of that money does go, the animation, of course, but they bring in directors, high-paid directors. They bring in good writers, screenwriters, and they make that whole thing happen. It's not easy to make a movie like that.
It's not easy to make a movie.
To make a movie, yes.
Yeah.
And I guess we haven't even mentioned who the voice of Lightyear is.
Captain America.
Yeah, Captain America.
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Chris Evans. Yeah, that's whose voice. And so it'll be interesting because Tim Allen, Lightyear, Buzz Lightyear, his voice. So it'll be interesting to see
James Brolin.
how he sounds.
Is
James
it
Brolin.
James Brolin, not Josh, but James, the older.
James.
Yeah, he's married to Barbara Streisand. Yes.
And one of my all-time favorites, a New Zealand guy. Guy's name is Taika Waititi.
Sounds Maori to me.
I think he is Maori. But we recently saw this guy as an actor in Blue Guy.
Oh yeah.
He played the evil lord of computers.
Are there any other guys?
But he's also a director of note. New Zealand is such a fascinating place for movies because they're kicking way above their weight. They've got the population of North Dakota, and yet they keep pumping out just wonderful stuff.
Maybe it's the sheep. The
Could
sheep
be,
are
yeah.
making the movies,
Maybe,
right?
or
They have a lot of sheep.
or the surfing.
Yeah, that's good.
But he made What They Do in the Dark is the most the hilarious vampire movies.
Good.
Boy, is it funny.
Yeah.
And this guy invented them, directed them.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, and reading about this, it is interesting. They said that the Lightyear character, that obviously Chris Evans, a different voice, different tone, where this is a quote from one of the directors, I think, or producer. Tim is hilarious, but this character wouldn't work well for him doing the Space Ranger voice. It would not be as emotional. It just changes the tone of the movie, and we're going for more of a classic sci-fi film. So I could see Chris Evans, because him as Captain America has that very, commanding, voice. And if this is about Buzz Lightyear as a Space Ranger, and just his time, as a Space Ranger, and seeing like how he came about to be,
Right.
Worked into Toy Story, and I
Yeah.
think that'll work.
We know Buzz Lightyear because he's an action figure.
Yeah.
And Andy, the child, gets him as a toy.
Yeah.
But where Buzz Lightyear came from,
Yeah.
it was a movie, a kid's movie.
Yeah.
And this is a movie in a movie, if you will. And it's a straight up science fiction animated movie.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And telling, Buzz Lightyear doesn't have anything to do with kids or anything.
Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear's out there buzzing around in outer space doing stuff.
Yeah. Fighting,
Being a test
Sword.
pilot.
being a test pilot.
Kinda
Oh,
like,
wow.
Kind of like Maverick.
Like
Oh.
Maverick.
Oh, nice
See what you did
segue there.
Segue. Wow. So
Oh, man.
before we segue,
Oh, man. No, let's talk about it. I love that movie.
Lightyear playing at 1, 4, and 7,
1, 4, 7,
and again, is rated PG. But we did segue. We went there.
Oh.
We went into Top Gun. Top Gun's still
Yes.
in now, not in 2 theaters, but in
There's
1 theater.
Yeah, 12:30, 3:30, and 6:30 only now.
And Top Gun, did that just blow the
Oh.
doors off?
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, came in, gave us a great Memorial Day
Yeah.
weekend there, and it's still been going. This is actually the start of its 4th week.
Wow.
And it is fantastic.
Uh-huh.
It is 6 stars, Andy.
Saw blades.
No,
It's-
and not because it's complex, not because it's, it has layers of drama, but
Yeah.
because it touches all the right points.
Yeah.
It is patriotic, it is, it shows, there's no toxic masculinity in there. It's wonderful, wonderful relationships and people standing up for what they believe, and very poignant because they have Val Kilmer, and honestly, that I teared up. I mean, it was,
Wow.
It's definitely one you can see twice.
yes,
Mm.
yes.
That doesn't
And
happen
I'm
a
going
lot.
to.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah, and on the big screen, you should see it twice.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
wait till it comes for streaming. Don't
Oh.
do it.
So-
Radio Land out
Yeah.
there, Rim Country. Go to the theater and see it twice.
So I
Or 3
feel
times,
like
right?
I'm in a support group right now because I
Yeah.
want to say hi.
Yeah.
My name is Chris Higgins, and I haven't seen Maverick yet. I know, so I
Oh,
need
no.
to. And if any of you listening
Yeah.
are, disgraced like me, go see
I'm gonna
Maverick
watch
in the
it, but they're not
theaters.
gonna turn you off. So.
I know.
And some of the cinematography is just
Oh
absolutely
my word!
heart-fillingly beautiful.
Yes.
Mm.
Really cool.
You just take your breath away.
Mm.
Well, it wasn't that a song
Wow.
from the first one,
Wow.
right?
Yeah, and the
No,
cinematography, they
it
put
was-
these guys in planes.
Yeah.
They weren't,
It's
Yeah,
not
just,
CGI. It's
yeah,
real. Oh
Yeah.
Yeah,
God.
and that's Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
I said
Yeah.
when these actors, when they got there,
Yep.
Tom Cruise came up and gave him a folder, like,
Yeah.
here's your, this is what we're gonna do for training on this. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Tom Cruise kind of, he's a producer in the film too, but he kind of directed these guys in their stunts and everything.
Yep.
Wow.
Tom Cruise
Yeah.
is, I'm not sure, well,
Hey,
his personal life, but I think, I don't know if you can look in the history of Hollywood and find a stunt, someone who does their own stunts like that.
Right.
At his level.
At his level, yeah. I just
Yeah,
don't.
you have to go back to Buster Keaton or something.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
you know,
really,
You look at, Steve
Yeah.
McQueen did, some
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
but
yeah.
Tom Cruise is
Oh.
jumping motorcycles off of 200-foot cliffs,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and doing it, a few times a day just to make sure he gets it right.
I know.
Terrifying stuff. I
I
mean,
know. He is the Zen master of, really focused stunts.
Yeah.
so the Mission
Amazing.
Impossible stuff was.
Oh, my word. Yeah. Yeah, he's great. And I forgive him all his weirdness because he's just great to watch on screen.
Mhm.
He's so impressive in what he manages to put together as a producer,
Mm.
I believe.
And when you make an absolutely stunning movie, people notice.
Yes,
Mhm.
And people have noticed this one.
yes.
They spent a good deal of money to make it, $170 million, but already, and as
But that's not
Craig
even
said-
as much as Buzz Lightyear, for Pete's sake.
yeah,
I mean,
but
come on.
it's still
Yeah.
chugging right along.
Oh.
In its fourth week, 768 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
This will,
Yeah.
this is one of the most profitable movies of the year.
Wow. Look at that. And like you said, it's still chugging away.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people, and I think, like you said, Craig, because you can watch it, twice,
Twice, yeah.
a few times, and it's still enjoyable.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you go the first time to see, to get the overall view and to be wowed by everything. The second time where I'm gonna go is to start to watch for the details.
Mm.
Because there are so many beautiful, exquisitely executed scenes, both, with interrelationships between people and just these blow you out of your seat stunts,
Yeah.
so.
Well, and because boy, there's so many good movies in the theater right now. Another one,
Yeah.
Jurassic World,
Mhm.
and that just opened up last weekend, this Friday. So how's the first week been?
Great.
Wow.
Yeah, no, another, kind of, they're doing these, kind of sequels, this summer, and this is another one of them. The final, well, I hate to say the final one. The
Yeah.
final one of this trilogy.
Gotcha.
Well, and Sam Nielsen had, right, and Laura Dern.
Laura Dern, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Jeff
Jeff
Goldblum.
Goldblum, yeah.
Right, Jeff Goldblum,
Bryce
yeah.
Dallas Howard.
Yep,
Chris Pratt.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
love Chris.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Chris Pratt,
Yeah.
A great cast, and everybody loves dinosaurs. Yeah, we've
Until
got,
they move into the neighborhood, right?
we got 6, 7-year-old kids coming in to see it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
love that stuff, and adults.
Yeah,
I mean, if you look at the theater right now, I was just looking at the lineup, the movies that are in there. So, Lightyear, a Pixar Disney movie, just released. Top Gun Maverick,
Maverick, right.
one of the highest grossing movies, if the highest grossing this year.
Yeah.
Then Jurassic World, and still Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange,
Into the
yeah.
multiverse or
Yes,
whatever.
yeah.
Marvel movie is still in the theater, along with Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey.
Downton
Can we
Abbey?
just don't blow past that?
No, but
Oh
I
my
mean, but look at
gosh.
the movies
Oh.
in the theater right now.
That
They
is
are.
so wonderful. They did, I love the series. I've seen the series about 3 times. They did another movie and then this movie with the cast,
Mhm.
and I was crying. It
Yeah.
was really a good movie. It was really a good
You
movie.
know, and summertime is when we make our money.
Yeah.
The theaters, all theaters.
Yes.
Summertime and the holidays.
Mhm.
And the
Right.
studios know that, and that's when they're putting out their films.
Yeah.
This Christmas, Avatar. They're dropping that on December
Wow.
13th, I believe. So
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
Yeah.
they know what they're doing, and
Yeah.
and after the problems of the last 2 years, people are coming back.
Yeah.
Good.
But I mean, can you think of though, when you look at the lineup and the saw blades that all these movies got?
No, this is a stellar selection we have. And I'd like to point out that every single movie that's at the theater at this moment is a moneymaker. And we haven't been able to say that for a
Good.
long time.
Wow.
Easily over $1 billion in revenue. Combined with those films are at the theaters.
Oh, yeah.
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 I'd like to squeeze in here just for a moment. I like Jurassic Park. It's fine. I mean, it's not an important movie in any way, shape, or form, but it is really fun. And me and my movie buddy, I usually go to the movies with.
Yeah.
We liked it so much that we went back Saturday and saw it in 3D.
Oh.
And what happened to us,
Wow.
Craig, is when we got there for the 3D showing, which
Yeah.
usually there's, it's a lighter in attendance, but the place was jammed, we had to sit in row number 2 and
Whoa.
watch the dinosaur movie in
In
3D.
3D?
And we were rocked
And you-
back
and you
on
didn't
our
hurl?
heels. No,
Wow.
it was, we decided from now on,
Wow.
when we see 3D, we're going for row 2.
Row 2.
It was just,
No
and,
kidding.
I just finished reading for the first time in 55 years or something.
That was a great book. I like that
It
too.
was. It'll come
I
to me.
hate when
I'll
that
call,
happens.
I'll call you
Was
later.
it, were you talking about 1984?
The other one,
Oh, the other one.
Jurassic
Oh,
Park.
Brave New World.
Brave New World.
Yeah,
Brave,
yeah.
Brave New
Right,
World.
Right.
Written in 1932.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just finished that, and in Brave New World, they have what they call immersives. And that's what I felt like.
That's exactly
When I
it,
was,
yeah.
when I was sitting in the second row, I felt like I was completely immersed in the movie with the 3D.
Right.
Wow.
Great stuff. So if you want to see a dinosaur movie in 3D, don't hesitate. Go see it. It's really fun.
Nice. You heard it right here.
Wow.
Randy McKinney, Hometown
Fun,
Movie
fun,
Guys.
fun.
3D
Yeah.
movies, row 2.
Row 2,
Boom.
wow.
Place to be.
Right.
Yeah, I thought we'd have crinked necks or be throwing up
Yeah.
or something. No, none of that. We were just in the middle of the dinosaur herd. Oh, boy, was it great.
Oh, my goodness.
That is cool. Man, that's so.
Now, where did they film this thing? Because I'm always interested in the first one and the second one. They filmed it on my cousin's ranch in Hawaii, but I don't think they did that. It was somewhere else.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, Downton Abbey, really
Oh.
good. Doctor Strange, closing in on $1 billion. Doctor Strange is one of my favorite characters. I like him, and it's a fun movie. Not an important movie again, like I would say that Top Gun Maverick is an important movie,
And Downton Abbey.
and maybe Downton Abbey too.
It's important to those of us who cherish the Empire.
Doctor Strange, you gotta look, on July 8th, we've got Thor, Love and Thunder.
Ooh, yeah.
Can't wait
Kind
for
of-
that.
Kind of another one in this
Wow.
Marvel universe, so
Right.
it'll tie in a bit to this
Wow.
Doctor Strange film.
Do we bring Natalie Portman back?
Yes, oh.
Yay!
Can't spoil that one, but
What?
you have to watch the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Or watch the trailer, it's in the trailer
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, and I was
she's
very
taking on a
careful.
bigger role.
I was very careful talking about Downton Abbey, not to do any spoilers, but let's just put it this way. Bring your Kleenex if you're a Downton Abbey fan.
Oh
Or
boy.
wear long sleeves like I do.
Not today.
Yeah. Wait, in 98
Yeah.
degree weather, I don't know.
Another kids movie, The Bad Guys, doing
Yeah.
very, 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 very well, and it's PG rated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, so kids movies, it's great, because then coming out, let's see. is
July
it
1st.
July
is
1st.
Minions.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Minions.
Oh.
Yep, yep.
So-
Everybody loves Minions.
Yeah, wow. So a lot of great kids movies are for younger, the
Good
younger
mix of
crowd.
everything.
And me.
And
Next week, Elvis,
Yeah.
kind of a,
It's gonna be really
the story of a young Elvis,
And
with
Tom
Tom
Hanks,
Hanks, yeah.
Mhm.
Who must have gained about 50 pounds to play
They put some on.
Colonel, whatever his name is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But, and then the Black Phone next week also a kind of switch up there, an R-rated horror film with Ethan Hawke.
Mm.
It looks really good.
Creepy.
Really creepy.
Creepy?
Yeah, creepy.
Didn't you guys like the creepy movies?
Not me,
And
no.
It depends on the creepiness.
Okay.
You know, I mean, one of Ethan Hawke's movies that is one of my favorites is called Daybreakers.
Mm.
And I mean, I don't know too many people who've seen it, but my
I
husband.
have.
Yeah, my husband and I will watch that repeatedly. Sam Neill is in that, and
Mhm.
the great Willem Dafoe.
Oh, yeah.
And it is such a thought-provoking movie about vampires.
Mm.
I mean, it's to me, it's the best vampire movie that I know of.
Wow.
That's
well,
my favorite.
Say the best vampire movie without Tom Cruise in it.
Oh, well, there you are.
Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. But Ethan Hawke is super talented. He really is great.
And he said he had some problems with this film because he's playing a serial killer, and Ethan Hawke, I guess he's a really nice person, like super nice. So he had to get into this,
Oh.
taking on this role as a this creepy guy that's killing kids and stuff. It was kind of a,
Mm.
not at all his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what he would normally, the role he would normally play. Yeah.
He normally doesn't kill kids, yeah.
Yeah. Well, any actor that would say, "Oh, that was an easy role
Yeah,
for me."
easy
It
role.
was
Yeah.
real easy for me.
Right?
And
Really?
I, you know, true confession here, I have a real fascination with real life serial killers. And I just watched a Netflix series on the Unabomber, who was played by Paul Bettany. Who's
Oh,
a-
wow.
I could not believe how he totally disappeared into the role. I kept looking for him,
Mhm.
and he was really. It's a very fascinating series because the man had an IQ of 167, and was also involved in MK Ultra brainwashing at Harvard.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it's a very thought-provoking movie. What do you-
Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah,
right?
Ted Kaczynski. Yeah.
And
Craig, is Morbius still playing today?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Morbius.
it'll be here for another
Morbius,
week, yeah.
yeah.
A couple
Another,
showings
another
now.
Marvel character.
Yeah.
And this one made a second swing through the theaters and is now profitable. So
Wow.
So even
Excellent.
this one is profitable. All of them are profitable this week.
Excellent.
And I cannot wait for Elvis.
Yeah.
Yes,
I wanna
that
see
looks
that.
really good,
I mean,
yes.
this we've had a number of musical biopics here in
Yeah.
the last few years,
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
always really fun. And if the movie is good, I mean that's gravy, you know. But just to go and hear the fabulous movie music.
And the casting on this too, this kid they got to play Elvis.
I think he's got
really,
it.
really looks the part.
Boy, he
yeah.
looks
Yeah,
like him.
yeah.
Austin
Yeah.
Butler.
Yeah, well, and the you know, that's him on stage too, and he's got the
And he
moves down too.
sings?
He's got the moves down.
Yeah.
Does he
Yeah.
sing? Really?
No, he sounds just like him when he's.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know, of course, we've seen the trailer several times, and when this kid comes out and just blasts into being Elvis, it's really there.
Wow.
You know, we talk about the it factor, and this kid, what's his name?
Austin
Austin
Butler.
Butler. Yeah.
Boy, he is got it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I can't wait to see that.
No, yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Wow.
Yeah. And Baz Luhrmann is the director, and he directed Moulin Rouge.
Oh, really?
With Nicole
Nicole Kidman.
Right.
Hated that
Right.
movie.
I didn't like it either. I mean, honestly, I'm trying to look and see if there's anything else I liked that he did.
But it's one we've heard of.
He did Strictly Ballroom, which was really a fun movie.
Mm.
So-
Okay.
And Maggie Gyllenhaal was in
Yes,
the movie as well.
yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now you're even more excited to see it, right, Andy? There you
Yeah.
go.
And he also directed Australia, which was that big sweeping movie
Oh,
with Nicole
Hugh-
Kidman
Hugh
and Hugh
Jackman.
Jackman,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Who are both Australian, and Baz Luhrmann is Australian. And then he did a version of The Great Gatsby.
Mm.
So I don't know if I've seen that, but
There you go.
he's a very talented director.
So a lot of.
When my baby left me.
Oh no.
So Austin,
The Heartbreak Hotel, right?
so
here.
Austin, the gentleman Austin, what's his name?
Austin Butler.
Austin Butler. He actually sings. He
I believe so. I
does
think so, yeah.
Does his own singing.
Hmm. And so what I need
Did
to
he
do,
sing?
I need to
Yes.
see if I can find some Elvis to put on.
Oh, yeah,
To,
please.
because we're going to be getting back to the music here.
So Butler does the singing himself when Elvis was a young man.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So we don't have that song, but we have another one that I think people will enjoy. But it is time to get back to the music. But again, a lot of great movies at Sawmill Theatre.
How about some
Right.
Carl Perkins?
We got a little less
Who
conversation.
is that now?
A little less
Carl
conversation.
Oh, Carl
That's a good
Perkins.
Elvis
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
And great movies coming. So again, if you haven't been out to the theater, please get out and get out early because
Yeah.
as people are finding,
You know, you gotta go early and get your seat. Which is,
Mhm.
oh man, that's like the golden age of movies, is how
Yeah.
that would. Don't come in late and shine your flashlight around trying to find a seat.
yeah,
This is not only annoying to those of us who care about movies, but it's hopeless.
yeah,
You won't find a seat.
and what's the other thing?
It's
Row
cool
2,
inside.
Row 2,
Yeah, for
in
Row
3D,
2, right,
Jurassic
yeah.
World 3D at 3:30.
Yeah.
Yes.
3:30.
12:30,
Row
3:30,
2,
6:30.
Oh.
Andy McKinney, That's what he recommends.
Dinosaurs!
Dinosaurs will be all around you.
I love dinosaurs.
So there we go. We
Hey,
got
did-
some Elvis Presley coming up here.
Did you know Austin Butler is married to Vanessa
I
Hudgens?
didn't know he was old enough to be married.
I didn't either.
And a little Sticks, Fog Hat, and more.
And
But
I don't know
first,
who that is.
let's get a little
Whoever you said.
update
She
from the National Weather Service.
let me see. I know the name, so let me see what her, come on,
Yeah,
Wikipedia.
we got the monsoons coming a little bit early, it seems.
Oh, wouldn't that be
I
lovely?
hope so. I'm tired of cooking. I was on my front porch yesterday. I like to sit in the afternoon and read a book.
Yeah.
It was 100 in the shade.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright guys, I gotta get to the theater.
Okay, party on.
Take care guys,
See ya.
thank you.
All right, see you, Craig.
Be excellent to each other.
Be excellent to each other.
She was in, all the high school musical series. Yeah.
I'm gonna use that. They're gonna use that Monday or Tuesday at a candidate forum. That'll be the parting line.
yeah.
And
Be excellent to each
you know, and to quote a couple most excellent dudes, let's be excellent to each other. So yeah, here's this one.
You know, when we got around to doing Bill and Ted all grown up, perfectly acceptable Bill and Ted movie.
Yeah.
Not one thing in it was original, but it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
They just put everything on its head. They changed their babies from boys to girls, and the girls are now teenagers with absolute chameleon mimicry of the roles their fathers played.
So here's what is playing right now.
Who is this now? The-
Bill and Ted's All Grown Up Adventure.
Oh,
Do you like this one? Oh, this right here, a little less conversation.
yeah.
Good one.
And he's so right.
So yeah, turn that down, and there we go. But yeah, it's impressive, the movies that are in there, and like you
Oh,
said,
yeah,
if-
what a lineup.
all of them are
Yeah.
moneymakers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Oh, yeah.
and three of them, I think, you know, Doctor Strange is almost at $1 billion. Top Gun surely will hit $1 billion.
That may be, do you think it'll end up being the highest grossing movie of all time? Because
Oh, no.
what is the highest grossing movie? Gone with the Wind?
No.
No.
It might still be Avatar.
I think so.
Ah,
Jurassic World, I think, will end up hitting $1 billion.
Avatar 2.8 billion,
yeah,
and then Titanic.
That's pretty substantial. $2.8 billion.
yeah, wow.
But and then
Not counting streaming or TV or DVD.
yeah,
All of which add revenues to the producer's bottom line.
and then Avengers Endgame, that's like 2.798, and Avatar's 2.847.
Mhm.
So
Ooh, pretty close there.
yeah, and then
Boy.
Titanic.
Endgame is that a stunning movie? Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, and then what? Then Star Wars,
Oh, sure,
episode
yeah.
7, The Force Awakens, over 2 billion.
Yeah.
Avengers: Infinity War, over 2 billion. Spider-Man: No Way Home, 1.9.
Yeah, that was a very mediocre movie, if you ask me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's
Which
a-
one?
Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was,
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
when you look at all the other ones that are up here, because then Jurassic World, 1.67 billion.
Not bad, huh?
The Lion King, 1.66 billion.
Was that the repeat?
Oh, the
Live
original.
action? Oh, the original. Okay. Well, the original deserved it.
Yeah, yeah. And then the Avengers, 1.5. One that I don't think, Furious 7,
Uh,
1.5 Oh, yeah.
I don't get the Furious movies at all, but
No,
people
I-
like them, so.
I don't either. So for that to be the 10th highest grossing film of all time,
Yeah.
and it's not even like the Fast and Furious, but it's Furious 7.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't get those, but
So how many?
the public gets them, so that's what matters.
How many Avengers movies were there? 3 or 4? There's 4, right?
I don't know, they're not done.
So there's Avengers, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Age of Ultron, and Avengers Endgame.
There's 4.
Those 4 are all in the top 12 highest
Whoa,
grossing movies.
so we
of
know
all
what people
time.
like, don't we?
Yeah, so one quarter
Wow.
of the highest grossing films are Avengers movies.
Wow. Um,
That's insane.
At one time, between Indiana Jones and Han Solo, 8 of the 10 highest grossing movies of all time were with Harrison Ford.
Oh yeah, wow. Yeah, because if you take Avengers and Marvel movies out of here, then yeah, Star Wars, boom, those get bumped up. Disney movies, a lot of Disney movies, boom, they get bumped up. But
Well, don't forget the Avengers movies are now Disney movies.
yeah, so when you look at
Disney,
Disney,
the mouse is gobbling up everything.
so and Star Wars is now Disney, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So and Avatar though is not,
I
is
don't
it?
know who makes Avatar.
And Titanic wasn't. So out of the top 10, we got Avengers, Disney, Star Wars, Disney, Avengers, Spider-Man, Disney, The Lion King, Disney, Avengers. So only Furious 7, Jurassic World isn't Disney, right? Titanic and Avatar. So 4 out of so 6 out of the top 10 are Disney.
Yep. And you'll notice that none of the top 10 are Alibaba movies.
Oh, and that's the Chinese, right?
Really?
Yeah.
And then you go down, oh my gosh, but then you go into like from number 11 to 20, Frozen 2, Disney,
Disney.
Avengers, Age of Ultron, Disney, Black Panther, Disney, Harry Potter, not Disney, right?
I don't think so. And Black Panther was huge
Yeah.
in its day.
Yeah. And then you have Star Wars, Jurassic World, not Disney, but then Frozen, Beauty and the Beast, Incredibles 2,
Wow.
and The Fate of the Furious. Is that another
That's
Furious
another
movie?
Fast and Furious movie, yeah.
So only 3. 1, 2, 3 out of the 11 to 20. So there's 6. The 6 out of the top 10 are Disney,
Uh-huh.
and then 7 out of the next 10 are Disney.
I think we can fairly say that the movie industry consists in 2 parts. Part of it is Disney, and then there's everybody else. Everybody else has to share the second spot. Isn't that
Yeah.
amazing?
It's crazy.
You know, they make 3,000 movies a year in the United States, feature-length movies.
Wow.
And all of them together don't equal what Disney produces.
But their stock is down.
Well, everybody's stock is down.
Well,
Yeah.
no, but they dropped before everybody else dropped.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So wow. And these movies, making over $2 billion.
That's a lot of dough.
That's
For
right.
I was watching, Tina and I like this guy, Ryan George,
Oh,
who
yeah.
makes fun of
I've got to write down.
makes fun of movie directors.
He's the pitch meeting.
Pitch meeting, yeah.
Who's that gal that you have?
Julie,
I didn't write it down. Of course,
Yeah.
Julie something.
something.
All right.
But you can put down Ryan George and Julie.
Right.
and because they do a couple of sticks together.
Right. I gotta see that, but he is, I mean, remember when we were doing that, we would always say, wow, 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 wow.
Yeah.
And, and Jurassic Park is. These are sayings from pitch meeting. You really should see them, Chris, they're very clever.
What is that?
It's called
Pitch meeting.
Pitch Meeting.
Pitch meeting.
It's on YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this guy just makes fun of the
there's-
concept of movies, because so many movies have just gaping holes in the
Yeah.
plot
Yeah.
and idiocies and stuff that doesn't make any sense. It's easy for him to do it.
And he really skewers, he just gets right in there, with plot anomalies and everything. He's very clever. Yeah. And, you don't have Netflix, right?
Nope.
No. We've been rewatching the IT Crowd. That
I'm
is-
watching Bosch.
Oh, I love Bosch. We've watched everything with Bosch, yeah.
Bosch.
Yeah, on Prime, yeah.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
One movie that a few people have told me they've loved, they've enjoyed, and ratings so good. Adam Sandler movie, a new one on Netflix.
Oh. Hustle. I saw that, and people said they like it? Really?
Here you go.
Yeah.
Tomato meter,
Yeah?
Okay.
92%.
No
Whoa.
way!
Audience score,
Right.
92%.
Whoa.
I gotta write that
That's
down.
yeah.
On Netflix.
So
Yeah, I saw it, and
not
I
a ton of
kind
ratings or reviews yet,
didn't
but
get
still.
caught, but,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Well, he must have, to get those kind of numbers, he must have done something extraordinary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And it says, what is it? Like one of the things says,
it's a sports movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
Hustle doesn't have any fancy moves, but it doesn't need them. Adam Sandler's everyman charm makes this easy layup fun to watch.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool. It's a
Must be about basketball.
it is. Yeah, basketball, but I guess
Right.
it's. I mean, even what's crazy is, so my brother told me about it, and he's 44. He's like, he didn't want to get on the phone with me to talk because he's watching the movie. And
Oh, wow.
Eventually he goes, my mom's like, Dylan, come on, talk to Chris. He's like, hey, I'm sorry, man, I'm watching this Adam Sandler movie. It is awesome. It is
Okay.
great.
Good.
And so then my 14-year-old son, Noah,
Mhm.
oh, Dad, did you see the new Adam Sandler movie? Oh, it is great. It is really good. You have to see it.
Mhm.
So when you have the different age groups, demographics like
yeah.
that they're both, oh yeah, this is really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
pretty neat.
Well, good.
And that's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
We're due
Yeah.
for just a perfectly done, and it sounds like this one is, a basketball movie. We had Trading Day about football,
Mhm.
and we had Moneyball about baseball.
Baseball.
And both of those were just absolutely perfectamundo as movie making, and really, really gripping and interesting from subjects that you wouldn't think would be at all interesting. Especially, I'm not a sports
Yeah.
enthusiast, but I really like both of those movies. I'll probably like this one too.
So this is good because the story. So he's a scout for the Philadelphia 76ers who wants to be a coach, but he's stuck on the road looking for talent. His search around the world leads him to Spain, where he discovers Bo Cruz, an actual NBA player from Spain, an incredible street ball player with a troubled past. Stanley and Bo connect off the court with their passion for the game and as loving family men who want to prove that they can win in basketball and in life. With the support of Stanley's wife, Teresa Queen Latifah.
Excellent.
Can the underdogs come out on top?
Yeah.
So it's one of those classic, you're rooting for
Yeah.
the underdogs. It shows like their struggles and
Well,
stuff.
what was that
Great.
real life story of the oh come on, he's a football player, the Christian
Yeah,
football player.
the guy from the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kurt Warner. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
man, that was an amazing. I saw that twice.
Yeah.
I
And
love that movie.
And you look at all the,
Really?
yeah, there's been a few
Yeah.
movies like that.
Yeah.
Kurt Warner, the Kurt
Right.
Warner story,
Right.
Blindside.
The Blind Side.
There's
Yeah.
another movie, if you haven't seen it, what is the movie, about a, walk-on. He was, as a kid, just this heavy kid, but wanted to play football for, it was either Oklahoma or Nebraska, one of the big Midwest schools.
Mhm.
And his older brother's like, you're not gonna, you just sit on the couch and eat, ho-hos all day. You're not gonna make, Nebraska
I'm training.
or Oklahoma. Yeah, but he just, in his mind, he's just, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And he did it. He finally, but even the coach is like, dude, he shows up because he sees the coach, and the coach tells him, you got to put on weight. You got to put on you got to weigh at least this much. But all he does is put on fat.
Oh.
So he shows up, as a walk-on.
Right.
He's like, hey coach, you put on the weight. He's like, yeah, he did, but I didn't mean fat.
Yeah.
I meant muscle. So then he has to get in the weight room,
Oh.
and
So
he
it's not
finally-
easy to make that transformation.
Uh-huh.
he makes the team, and I don't want to give it away, but it's kind of like he makes the team and he becomes an All-American,
Oh.
and
for
he gets
him.
drafted by the Indianapolis Colts,
Wow.
and he's just this inspirational guy where his teammates, just all about him, and but he's also a real devout Christian, and so he's doing Bible studies, and his coach a Christian, so they get together as a team.
Cool.
And it's really great. And then, right after he's drafted by the Colts, because he's always going home to see his mom. His dad was a drunk alcoholic, and still wanted to be there for him, and was there for him until he died. But then his mom going home to see her, and gets in a head-on, guys.
Jeez.
Oh.
Before he even gets a chance. But I mean, he was like,
Oh.
he wore these glasses, what we call BCG glasses, birth control glasses in the
Right.
military, the thick rimmed ones. And so he had a vision problem, and in college, all of a sudden, getting worse and blurry, and he's like missing blocks and stuff. His coach is like, what the heck are you doing? What's going on? He's like, coach, I can't see him. It's blurry. I'm having problems. Do you need glasses? I don't think so. Or, well, you got to get your eyes checked. And he did. So he went and he got the cheapest glasses because he didn't have any money. He was all on scholarship. He ended up getting 2 degrees. I mean, he just,
Oh, man.
one of these kids that
Really?
just, yeah, it was a
Wow.
really inspiring. And,
What was his name? I want to know.
movie
Yeah.
about,
This isn't Adam Sandler's only football movie, or only sports movie.
What else did he do?
Waterboy.
Oh, yeah, really? Yeah.
so it's called Greater.
Raider.
Greater, and it was Arkansas. That's who he played for, Arkansas.
Same thing.
And it says the film is meticulously modeled after the true life story of the former walk-on from Harrison, Arkansas, Brandon Burlsworth. Brandon, that was his name. And it's called Greater.
Julie Wilkie.
Burlsworth, yeah. And and you talk about a movie that when at the end, or when this all comes together, you talk about being choked up. Oh my gosh, because they do a great job. I mean, you're just rooting for this guy. You're like, oh man, and you're like, yes, and all along you're like, yeah. But then, and how it's done, how the
Kaboom.
movie, how the movie shot is, his older brother is at the funeral, so you know from the beginning. So that's what makes it, I guess, even better, is you even know from the beginning the end. But when the end happens, you can't help yourself. You're like,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shows the versatility of the movies. We can go to the movies, we can watch something inspiring and spectacular with jets, or we can go see something just as inspiring but in a different way, and something that'll reach inside us and tweak our emotions.
yeah.
And that's something. That's actual art.
And who plays his brother who I think is a really good actor, but you know, a lot of times playing the bad guy, Neil McDonough.
Oh, yes.
That-
I love
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
He's, every time I see him, he's so stunningly, I mean, he's that blonde, blue-eyed, and like you said, often
Yeah.
plays a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he just is
He's,
like
he's got a
he-
presence.
presence,
Yeah.
commanding presence
Yeah,
where
yeah.
like when he's on the screen,
Yeah.
you're like paying attention. It's
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's
Yeah.
the older brother, and yeah, it's just it's a great movie, Greater.
Greater. Okay, I'll look for that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably have to consider Netflix again. There's some really good stuff. Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of one of those
Yeah.
where
Well, we're watching
Yeah.
Ozark, right? Or Ozark.
Yeah.
I'm watching it. Mark kind of lost. He's lost his faith, but you know, he's married to me, so he has to be.
yeah,
But it's a really, Jason Bateman is amazing, and he produced it and directs a lot of it.
well, I remember what you said though. You go, I don't have any time for Jason Bateman or something like that. When you
You know
said
what?
that.
He's really good. He's
No,
really
yeah.
good. Yeah, and Laura Linney.
Sorry.
Laura Linney is amazing. She is a very, very talented actor.
Well,
And then, what's her name? Julia,
Roberts,
not Roberts, no, the new one.
Dreyfus.
Nope, that's Julia Louis-Dreyfus, right? Julia, Garner. She's got the same name as Jennifer.
Oh,
She
Are they
is
sisters?
an amazing, no, she is like gonna show up everywhere. I mean, she's, first of all, won a prize for this series, Ozark. She also then starred in Becoming Anna, which is a true story of a grifter woman who scammed millions out of rich people in New York and Europe. Fascinating story, right?
So here you go. Since we're on sports,
Yeah.
sports. Other one that came out 2020.
Uh-huh.
It's called Safety, and it's a Disney movie,
See?
and it gets like 80% Tomato Meter audience score, but it's again based on a true story, and this Clemson University football player who his mom drug addict, doesn't know the dad,
Uh-huh.
and he has a younger brother, and mom's just getting locked up, released, but the younger brother's like, can you help me? Come on, man, I need help.
Uh-huh.
So he ends up bringing him onto the campus, and he lives in his room with him, but it violates NCAA rules. And so when they found out about it, they're like, we got to cut you. And this Clemson player was not only one of their best defensive
Uh-huh.
players, but he was an incredible scholar, and his academics were like incredible.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
he put in the time. He was very dedicated. He did everything the right way. But in the situation with his brother, he's like, I'm sorry, coach, I couldn't abandon my family. And so, oh man, he talked about another one that just gets you. So it ends up like his whole team, his coaching staff, basically Clemson University goes to the NCAA trial, that they put him on trial
Oh,
because
wow.
he said, no, I'm not, I'm petitioning for this rule to be changed because of my situation. And the whole university, his team, everybody backs him up, and they actually changed the NCAA rule and didn't kick him out. But it was, it's a good one.
That's
But
good.
yeah, I really,
Well, I mean, and you think of older baseball, the Field of Dreams, right?
yeah.
Okay, what was the one with,
Well, Denzel Washington, Remember the Titans.
oh,
That's-
what a great movie. And then, The Sting, what's his name? Started with Paul Newman.
Oh, The Natural.
Yes, that is a great movie.
Yeah, that is a great
The
movie.
Natural. I
Yeah.
like it, yeah.
Another one, Radio. Did you Radio with that's from 2003.
Is that with Cuba Gooding?
Cuban Gooding Jr. and
Yeah.
Ed Harris.
Ed Harris, yeah.
Ed Harris, yeah, where he's a coach, and the
Yeah.
Cuban Gooding Jr. plays the what do they say, mentally disabled guy, and he's like young adult, a young man,
Yes,
and he
yes.
just loves football.
Yep.
And he picks up the football and like Ed Harris's players. It's a high school team. They're like making fun of him. Hey, dummy, give me the ball.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
you know this, that, calling him names, and then they lock him in their equipment shack.
Oh.
And they're
Yeah,
throwing balls at the
yeah,
door and
oh,
everything,
yeah.
and he's in there all scared and he's taped up. They put like the wrap or tape around his hands and stuff. And yeah, and so Ed Harris is like, oh, you
Not having
guys
this.
know. So they're running, and then like one of the fathers, why'd you run them boys? They're just messing with that old, dummy, that black whatever and this and that. And Harris is like, no, they're gonna have respect. So then he brings them on as like an assistant coach, and he becomes like their trainer and their I don't want to say mascot,
Yeah.
but he just, and it's based on a true story.
Yeah.
So they showed the guy,
Right.
and he's at this high school, and he runs out at the beginning of every game, and he's
Yep.
cheering and encouraging the players
That was
and
a
stuff.
that was a beautiful movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Radio, but that was another
Yeah.
one that
Yeah.
just was like.
Oh,
wow.
and then Tin Cup.
Mm.
That's a
Yep.
with Kevin Costner and who was in that? Was it Renee?
Renee Russo.
Oh God, I loved her. I loved her.
Bull Durham.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Bull Durham. So,
That was a good movie.
A little odd edges, but yeah, good movie.
Oh, very good movie. Yeah.
No.
And Renee Russo, remember, she starred with Pierce Brosnan in that remake of the Steve McQueen one with Faye Dunaway.
Yep.
What was
It
it
was
called?
better.
Yeah, it was better. Yeah.
and then We Are Marshall.
Oh.
That one with
that
Matthew
was-
McConaughey,
Matthew
and that
McConaughey,
was
yeah.
after like the plane crash
Yep.
because they
Yeah.
crashed
Yep.
and oh
Yeah.
man.
And the movie with Tom Cruise and Gooding Jr. too.
Oh,
Where
Show Me the Money.
Show Me the Money.
Mm.
That is just a great.
That is a great.
I mean, there's so many movies, aren't there?
Yes,
Yeah.
there are.
And when we start to think about it, there are a lot of movies that are just really good.
Yeah.
There are.
Yeah, and especially when they're based on true stories, it kind of adds to me.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Hachi,
Oh God. Are you
Richard
kidding?
Gere
I will
with his
totally
Akita.
weep through the whole thing.
Yeah, well, we had
Yeah.
an Akita, and he was
Oh.
aging, and he was like in his last year, and he was sick a lot and everything, and we watched that movie. Oh my
Oh, no.
gosh.
How can you can't